guys, it's Kristen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another physical therapy school related video, and today I'm going to be talking about my top tips on how you can nail your interview for PT school, but this time over Zoom, because I know almost all interviews this fall are going to be most likely taking place online, which is something a little bit different, so I wanted to give you guys my tips. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe down below. I post new videos every single Thursday all about my journey in physical therapy school, which I just started a few weeks ago and I'm loving it so far, and I would love if you guys could subscribe and stick around for more PT related content and just be here for the ride with me on my journey. Before I get into my tips, I thought I would give you guys a little backstory with my experience applying to physical therapy school. So this time last year, I applied early decision to one physical therapy school, which is the school that I currently attend, Mercer University, located in the beautiful peach state of Atlanta, Georgia. So I applied to one school, interviewed at one school, and was accepted to the one school. So I'm going to tell you guys throughout the video how I prepared for my interview and how you can do something similar this year to prepare for your Zoom interview. Alright, so let's get into my tips. Tip number one is my most important tip, and that is to take your Zoom interview just as seriously as you would be taking the interview if it were in person. So this means everything from preparing the same way that you would prepare for it if it were in person, wearing the same outfit. Do not get half dressed. Please do not wear a blazer and a button-down shirt and then Nike shorts. Don't be me right now. Every time I film videos, I only get half dressed. So that's a little fun fact for you guys. But in all seriousness, just treat it as seriously as you would if it were in person. Prepare as seriously as you would if it were in person. As for how I prepared for my interview, I was actually pretty lucky because my program gave us about a 4-week notice between when we found out we got invited for an interview and when the interview actually was. I know some friends that were asked for an interview like 3 days before the actual interview even took place. So it's both a good and bad thing to have a longer amount of time because you have more time to prepare, but then you also have more time to stress over it and get nervous about it, which kind of stinks. But since I had so much time to prepare, I really utilized that time smartly. I researched the school so much. I knew everything about the program front and back, and use that to your advantage in your interview because there's some people that are going to be interviewing with you that could kind of care less about the school and apply to so many different schools. So just by showing that this is truly the school that you want to be at, that can kind of put you a step ahead of everyone else, honestly. And more likely than not, they're going to ask you, why do you want to go to XYZ program? So make sure you have a good, well-researched answer to that. Don't just say, oh, it's in Atlanta, I want to live in Atlanta. No, think of something good, guys. You can do it. I believe in you. There are a ton of resources out there on both YouTube as well as various different blogs. I will link some good resources down below for you guys, but there's a ton of documents out there with commonly asked PT school questions. So this brings me into my next tip. So my next tip is to have a mock interview. So when I found out that I got accepted for an interview at my school, I went to the Career Center and I set up a mock interview there, and basically you go in your full business suit attire thing, which I'll talk all about what to wear in a second, but you go in your full outfit that you're going to be wearing for your interview. The person at the Career Center invites you into their office, walks you into their office, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a mock interview. They have a list of kind of test bank questions that they know a ton of PT programs ask, and they just interview as if you were being interviewed for real. And then at the end, they kind of give you some feedback. They let you keep the list of test bank questions, and I think this honestly prepared me more than anything because she told me where I was strong, where I was weak, how I could highlight those strengths and kind of hide those weaknesses, and gave me some really awesome tips. So obviously with the whole pandemic going on, you probably won't have the same opportunity to mock interview at the Career Center, but you can do a mock interview at home. So what I would recommend doing is finding a list of, like I said, the PT school commonly asked questions on Google or something. I would try to link a good one down below. Handing it to your friend, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad. I was gonna say your dog. Don't hand it to your dog. Hand it to someone and just tell them what you want them to do. Wear your business suit, have them wear something nice, sit at 2 coffee chairs in the living room and just practice and have them give you some honest feedback. Another thing you can do is write the test questions on note cards or something and just kind of shuffle them around, pick one, be like, oh, why do you want to go to XYZ school? That's the question. And then you kind of have to have your answer. But there is a fine line to toe with doing this because you don't want to prepare too much to the point where you sound scripted. You want to be confident, but you also want to be genuine. PT school is all about family. PT is a people profession. They're not looking for these perfectly curated robots like they might be looking for, I don't know, medical school or some intense engineering type degree, but PT, they really want to know you and they really want to know your heart. So just speak from the heart and you will do great. So once you are all prepared for your interview and it is interview day, make sure you find a really good spot in your house where it is distraction free and you don't have a super busy background going on or anything. Like, I wouldn't film here personally just because I think it's showing too much of my room and I sometimes might get distracted by, say, the plant over there or my lights over there. I honestly would try to just find a plain blank wall and sit in front of that, tell your parents, tell whoever's home, I need quiet, I need no one to come in for the next hour, just make sure everyone knows what's happening and you are completely focused. As for what to wear, I'll see if I have a picture on my camera roll saved from my interview day. If not, I will just find one on Google, but I wore a white dressy tank top from Ann Taylor Loft, very simple, black blazer, black long pants, and ballet flats, and that was it. So just a very simple business suit, but like I said before, just make sure you get fully dressed. If you put on a blazer and a tank and then pajama shorts, you just are not going to be in the same mindset as if you were completely dressed. And I also read something recently that said when you're wearing shoes, that automatically tells your brain, like, we need to get to work. So maybe also wear some shoes, don't be barefoot. And it's okay to be nervous. Being nervous is good. It means that this is something that is really important to you and you want to do your best, but don't let your nerves overtake you. The good thing about an interview being on Zoom is that you are in the comfort of your own home. So if the interviewer asks you a question and you don't really know what to say, just take a deep breath and say, I actually didn't hear you. My Wi-Fi connection wasn't really the best. Do you mind repeating that question? And then they will repeat it. And between you saying that and them repeating the question, that gives you anywhere from probably 20, 30, 40 seconds to kind of just calm down, figure out what you want to say, and proceed. But again, only use that if you have no idea what to say. Don't be doing that for every question because then it's obvious, but blame it on the Wi-Fi, honestly. So I'm pretty sure those are all of my tips. I lost track of how many I had. Originally I was going to do like 10 top tips for Zoom PT school interviews, but I just kind of, one thing leads to another in this sort of video. So I hope you guys found these tips helpful. If you have any questions or any questions, I guess, about how I prepared down below, please let me know. Please be sure to check out the description box because I'll be posting links to a ton of really valuable resources for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it up to this point, and good luck on your interview. You're gonna kill it. See you guys in my next video on Thursday. Bye, friends!